Why did I say that 15-year-old was a militant?
Because they attacked the fence.
No, you saw a 30-second
I don't remember the details.
with my obsidian notes in there. You were confident enough to tweet about it and tag me in it and let people spread it around like I'm okay with killing kids.
I don't remember this from 3 weeks. I believe you said it was because she was attacking the fence or something.
It's because he was claimed by the Al-Quds Brigades. He was a member of the Al-Quds Brigades. There's a photograph of him in the uniform.
Holy shit.
What specific tweet are you talking about?
You want me to find the tweet right now?
LonerBox. Attacking the border fence doesn't make a 15-year-old a militant, and therefore fair game to be killed.
Somebody may have sent me an out of context. I'll delete it and I'll apologize. I'll say that.
Okay, well, to be clear, the context is in the clip. It's not if I did that.
Can I just ask a question?
Another episode of Anything Else with a brand new guest, never before seen on this show, ever.
I thought he was a new co-host.
That's just not true.
Yeah, one time before.
Okay, yeah.
But this time, it's going to be way less serious. It was your hardest debate that you had last time you were here, and I don't want to be like that for you a second time.
I'm a very serious person, but I'll try not to be.
Okay, because we're going to be asking you about things that are very unserious today for the rest of this show. Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
Is this distracting? This screen of chat flowing by?
Yeah.
You're going to know immediately. Actually, sorry, you're going to know in 10 seconds if what you said is funny. Or if you misspoke, there'll be a lot of omegalols that go by, but it takes like...
They're just saying LonerBox in caps, and they're happy to see me.
It takes like 5 seconds.
I don't think you know the uncritical support I get from these fucking morons.
See, there it is. See, that's how long. 10 seconds to go there.
Okay.
So it's like 10 seconds if you made a good joke.
Okay.
So you're kind of like, I don't know.
What is the size of that monitor?
That's a 27.
Okay.
Yeah. I just know. There's the Caroline Kwan thing.
Yeah, that's
you
pretty
touched on that a little bit, right?
Yeah.
How's your general feeling on that situation?
Pretty gross. Pretty disgusting.
Which part of it did you not like?
The part where she was insanely fucking racist, and I know that she's not going to get any repercussion for it.
You know what I find interesting is that basically that there will be no repercussion whatsoever, and of course for you, there's no insight. There's no what's the word I'm looking for here? There's no peeking inside the box to know what's going on with your Twitch account. It's just sorry.
They don't like me.
Oh well.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. That's
so
okay.
You think that's it?
Yeah.
Who do you think specifically? I mean, is it all the way at the top? Is it Dan Clancy himself?
I doubt it. It's probably just the moderation team in general. Like the culture there is probably pretty not.
You saw the most recent thing that happened. So recently, I believe this was yesterday, the day before, there was some streamer that was banned for who the fuck knows, for nothing or for something. You never know. Mm-hmm. Anyways, they got banned, had no insight into why they got banned. They put an appeal denied, and then they have to personally reach out to Dan Clancy to get unbanned. This is the saddest state of affairs ever on that site.
To be fair, that's what you have to do on YouTube as well. But
yeah, but you know what? It like, it's just so cringe. It's so cringe. Why not? Let me ask you, how many people do you think that Twitch bans a day that are actual real accounts? I'm not talking about like fucking movie streamers or things like that aren't going to actually put in an appeal. I'm talking about how many real streamers that get more than 10 followers or 10 viewers do you think they ban a day?
Do you know?
I have no idea.
I'd guess. But we're not including, you said not like DMCA or whatever?
No, I'm not DMCA. I'm just talking bans of people that have more than 10 viewers concurrent.
I would guess less than 50.
I would guess less than.
I mean, we can see for partnered. You can just go to the streamer bands account on Twitter. And
Does that track every partner or just like the over 100?
Yeah, no, every partner.
It feels pretty automated. Like.
Yeah.
I'm curious how many it is. Let's see. Streamer.
If I had to guess, I'd give it a good like 25 a day. That'd be my guess. I don't know.
Is there a way to see what this person said that's racist? I don't actually know.
Oh, yes, there is a way to do that. We'll do that. Don't worry. But first,
I'm in the dark here.
We're gonna pull this up, and actually, we'll see if you think it's racist as well, because white people cannot be discriminated against. Apparently,
19 have been banned in the last 24 hours.
Okay,
partners.
I think that's probably
19 partners.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay, then maybe it's like 200 or 300 a day. I'm not sure.
Wait,
you said the last 24 hours.
Last 24 hours. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that there should be a actual council. And I would actually be okay with you having to pay for it to go to the council. Meaning, like, I just got banned. I think it's an unjust ban. And, you put the reason as nudity, but I wasn't nude at any part of this. So I'm going to pay the $50 to go to the band council. And it's like a Zoom meeting that lasts 5 or 10 minutes. And they review what got you banned. And you can make your case like, where's the nudity? Tell me here.
I think the problem is, I don't know why, but people have tried these in the past and they don't work, or people have stopped using them. Because League of Legends used to have like the tribunal, remember? And they got rid of it.
I don't remember that.
Okay, basically, you could earn like, what was it called? IP back then? Influence points? I don't know if they still have this. I think it's all just RP now.
Didn't they have this for CSGO where you could review people?
I think for CSGO they might have as well, yeah.
Yeah, they had something like you could review potential cheaters and earn.
But for some reason, I think they ditched all of this, yeah.
I think that they should, even if that was run by the community.
Yeah,
that
that's
would
what
be
they
fine.
did for League. They basically you could earn IP by reviewing
Why are they
bans.
not doing that? That would be the perfect solution for this. Put in place, and that they could even stream it, and that would be like content as well. To be honest, it would, right?
They did stream it, yep.
Yeah, you could stream it. That would be gold.
Like if they just randomly pick streamers to...
No, like it's
review
just like
bans.
today, or they could either randomly pick it or people could volunteer. And the idea is that, you go through like while people are banned, and this particular stream, since you'd be dealing with content that might be a little risque, they got people banned. I don't know if you would want to actually stream it. You would have to like black out.
Obviously, if you're reviewing something that got banned, you probably got the license to go and look at the content at
Right.
the time.
So I think when you were doing the ban reviews, what you would do is like you wouldn't show like what was on the person's stream at that time unless you determined that it wasn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be the solution. That's like the perfect solution. Put it off to the community where the community can review and be like, yeah, this person broke the terms or not.
Isn't this a little different? Because these are people who are like 1099 contractors. They're not like
It doesn't matter.
The
It
Twitch streamers.
doesn't matter.
You don't think it's a little different, like reviewing someone's video gameplay versus reviewing someone's like potential livelihood on a live stream, or putting it to the community?
Well,
to do
it's
so?
better than whatever we have right now, which is just you're banned and you and no insight and no guidance and no nothing.
Yeah, I think you could literally write it into the partnership agreement as well. Like you agree that like your bans will be reviewed by whatever. I don't think them being 1099 or them being their livelihood depending on it or not doesn't matter. I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the whole thing is kind of wild, but
There must be a
think
reason
being-
why people stop doing this, though. I would imagine.
well, the reason is simple, is that it's easier to just ban you and tell you to go f yourself. That's simple. It's less work. It's less bullshit. So the problem is when you start clarifying the rules. When you're like, okay, you can show skin, but not this much skin. You can show this nipple, but not that nipple. All of a sudden, Twitch becomes the arbiters, and they don't want to do that. They don't want to actually be drawing lines of like this amount of areola is okay. They want to have the leeway to just be completely fucking untransparent, unguided, and keep the people they want and keep the people they don't want. Because otherwise, essentially, you have a lot of rule lawyering going on. And there's a reason that, for instance, in the Destiny Discord, that shit doesn't fly. There is no rule lawyering. If you try to come in there and be like, actually, according to Rule 7, if I said this, we just ban you right away for trying to pull that bullshit. Okay?
Really? I thought there was a whole ass mod. We have like a Supreme Court of mods for the Discord, don't we?
Yeah, but we ban people for being doing rule lawyering bullshit, like coming in here trying to skirt the rules and things along those
Wait,
lines.
do you even use the Discord, or are you just in the comp sci channel shit posting?
That's like the best.
Okay,
Don't
so
talk
it
about
barely
the
uses.
channel.
Okay, never mind. All right.
I keep an eye on the other Discord channels that are important, like politics and DGG memes. Those are the only real 3 channels on that Discord, anyways.
So you think there should be some broad rules, and then maybe like every Twitch partner has to do jury duty if they're called up randomly?
Oh my god, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Anything is better than this, which is nothing. Which is the fact that this guy has been banned for how many years now?
2.
2 years, still doesn't know why he's been banned. That's transparency for you. It doesn't, like, how about just giving me the fucking clip of why I'm banned? Why don't we start there? Is that like beyond the pale of Twitch's technology to be like, hey, we're banning you from this time frame to this time frame for what you said right here? Or what you did right here.
I guess it's going to be the problem is doing anything with bans is going to require submitting some project approval, some bullshit that you have to like hold.
He's had a f***ing year.
I understand, but there's no money to be made here, and this is such a small problem
it doesn't
that
matter.
Consequentially,
No.
it doesn't affect the site. There's no impact on revenue for the site.
That's not true. When people like you are not there, it has an effect on revenue.
Barely. I'm one streamer. Like the vast majority of bans are probably fine. So why?
I don't know.
Have any
I don't know if
incentive-
the vast majority are fine. And I would say that
Hold on. If you had to guess, do you think over 50% of bans are unjustified on Twitch?
I think that I'd have to know what people are getting banned for, and I have no insight into that.
My guess is going to be 99% of bans across most platforms are probably fine.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I think that's evidenced by the fact that every single time an alternative social media site comes up that's trying to protest against like the rules of another platform, it's always the worst users on the internet.
Well, yeah, we can see that with Rumble, right?
Or any alternative media.
Telegram?
Or any, like
That's not true for
That's
Telegram.
not necessarily true. But like look at like True Social, or look at like what Mastodon turned into for a slight moment when people were going to flee Twitter, or look at
What did Mastodon turn into?
well, when Elon took it over, a bunch of people were like, "Oh, we're all going to go to fucking Mastodon or whatever," and then there were some parts that got big for a second, and then people abandoned that because nobody.
Like I know Mastodon's really big with the InfoSec community.
I don't think Mastodon's really big with anything.
It's not true. There's like major reporters that don't even have Twitter accounts and don't post, like Brian Krebs, things like that.
Yeah, they post on Telegram.
No, they post on Mastodon.
Okay, that must be real underground.
It's not underground. It's just different. Yeah.
Like different. Like they don't have users. Different.
Okay, listen, I don't know how to explain all this shit, but that's fine. So why don't we pull up the clip from Mr. Box
This
here?
is a real quick. So as of March 2023, Mastodon had over 10 million registered users. So
Well, that's it. Over a year ago. What do they have now?
maybe it's exploded since then.
Well, the problem is it's decentralized. So can you know how many
It says
users?
decentralized social media platform Mastodon has over 10 million registered users.
It probably means
There is some central thing that you can register with, I think, for authentication on other servers. But if you run your own instance, I don't know if that's ever known. I'm not sure if that checks.
well, you'd
in
have
with
to
some-
federate, right? That's how it works. So like there's the main one, which is Mastodon.social. That one probably has 10 million. But there's a bunch of the other ones that it's all like federated. Like I don't think you can easily count whatever. Like the whole idea is that they can run their own internal moderation. Like, hey, we're going to have the DGG Mastodon instance, and if we don't like you, you're fucking banned. And you can still exist on like Nazi.mastodon, but you're not going to be able to participate or link with our
I thought there
server.
were two different versions of it. I thought in one, you've got like the federated thing where you can have an account on like Mastodon.social that also works on the other parts of those networks.
Well,
And then
that's
you
how
have-
all of them are. Mastodon.social is no different than any of the other ones.
Okay, that wasn't my understanding.
No,
I thought
no,
that you
that
could
was
run
just-
like
that was
I
just-
thought that I could like package my own and run like a completely independent DGG Mastodon that's totally separate. Your account, you're like nothing will work from any other part.
Yeah, but that's the case. Mastodon.social is nothing more than like a DGG Mastodon instance. It's just the most popular one, basically. All right, let's pull up the old clip here of the Aryan Sons.
Israel has conducted its war opaquely in such a way that one must take its word that every bomb and every round is dropped or fired lawfully. Here's the thing, Graham.
Yeah.
Also, who the fuck spell your name Graham, okay? You're not from Ireland. You don't get to spell your name Grame.
Like the LP
No.
Graham.
You spell it like a graham cracker.
People,
you're a
wait,
cracker. 'Cause
HAM
that's
is
what
still
you
great.
have-
Hold on.
are.
If you pause if you want. You can't talk when the video's on, or else nobody can hear what the f- is going on.
Okay.
I just did it. We just did it. What are you going to do
Yeah,
about
you
it?
f***ed it up. Now we're gonna rewind it 10 seconds.
Oh, I have to say pause it, like Sam Cedar.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, wait, you know what we can do? Check this out. Hold on, Lycan. Pause off for you.
God.
Yeah, look at this. Boom. Papa Bear's in control.
No.
No.
You spell it like a graham cracker.
Crunch.
Because that's what you half are. So Graham has children, and this is what I pointed out in my tweet at him. I said, you're a genocide bootlicker. It's fucking shameful. We are in the same family. Anytime your name is brought up as some sort of pride point for the family, I'll direct them to the vile trash you've written many times over. You have children.
How f***ing wild is this shit? Imagine having someone like this in your family. Like, imagine being at Thanksgiving and you're like, hey, Grandpa? Grandpa's like, yeah, what do you want there, Danny boy? And it's like, you're a genocidal bootlicker. He's like, what?
It's like the moral grandstanding language is just so
Especially because she
nasty.
doesn't even.
Wait, what's it's possible to kill children illegally if, for example, one is being attacked by an enemy who hides behind them, but the sight of a legally killed child is no less disturbing than the sight of a murdered one. Israel has discovered that shutting out the press carries its own risks.
An infanticide that no one can see is also going. Yeah, she can't. She like can't read.
I don't
She's
even
literally.
know
It's
who-
like an example of like a moron, like trying to find. She's like a virus, like on the outside of a cell, looking for the protein gate to plug into. She has no concept of anything else she's reading. She's legitimately like one of the dumbest people that I've seen. Like talk about. I don't know. Did you? She was the one that had the video clip where I think Nick, who's a streamer, Nick Pollum, innocently asked like who lived in Palestine like before Jesus or something, and she was like, well, it was Palestinians, Christians, Arabs. Like, she just like starts naming like random like religious Christians before Jesus. Like it was just like, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
What about Jesus Christ?
That's where he's from. Nazareth.
Yeah.
What was the demographics back then?
Please say Palestinians. I'm just kidding. She wouldn't do that. That would be pretty funny though.
That would have been
Year zero.
Just about BC. It would have been a mix of Palestinian. It would have been a mix of Palestinians, Jews. Palestinians, Arabs, Jews, and Christians.
It was a mix of people in this area.
But Palestine,
and that changed over time.
Well, yes, but under
they got along back then.
Yes. So
wasn't it? I don't know my ancient history. Wasn't it the year? Was it 70 BC or AD when like the whole Jewish kingdom fell and Rome like fucked them all up? They were all getting along back then. Is that what we're saying right now, or what? Like
this is a common misconception. Okay, people think that Muslims, that Arabs and Jews have been feuding for centuries, when in reality... Wait
a minute. How can there be Christians before Jesus?
Well, we're talking about...
They were, like, early. They just knew. They had a good feeling.
We're talking about, like, Jesus... Are you talking about before, like, as Jesus was...
There's no way a baby can be born and all of a sudden there's a religion...
What? Bro, there's so much weird... I don't even know what the fuck I'm listening to. I don't even know what the...
It's what you call, like, the dunk brain.
Yes.
When all you're looking for is just something to
a keyword highlight. To get upset about.
And she made like 3 paragraphs out of that.
Yeah.
How many paragraphs did you make? What's the argument then? Is it like if Hamas just convinced enough 17-year-olds to go on the front line, then they should be left alone?
Yeah, I stopped listening to that argument. Sorry. It's bad.
Okay.
That's it. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Hold on. When did you start supporting murdering children?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Wait.
Hamas supporter.
Yeah. When did you start? No. He's a Jew. He's an IOF supporter.
Do you not wait, hold on. Do you not condone? Wait, sorry. Do you not condone Hamas? Answer quickly.
Wait, which one's that mean?
No, you got to answer fast.
Listen, I think both sides have a point.
Do you not condone Hamas? Answer it.
I swear both sides. I think both sides have a point.
So you support both sides.
Yeah.
Careful, Hanukkah Dundee's going to get you.
I will. Mr. Lycan,
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean?
That means I'm running a little bit low on my half
Why
and
did you
half.
just say you're right? Fucking hell. You need a bell next.
Oh my God, that's a good idea. All right, anyways, let's...
Yeah, he has 2 kids.
2 kids.
You want to know what my sister said? My sister's like even more ruthless than I am. She goes, I bet he's so happy that they came out with blonde hair and blue eyes.
Okay.
How do you feel about that? Do you think...
Wait, let's just finish it. It's like 10 more seconds.
All right.
Jesus.
Look at the smile. Big old smile.
That they didn't get the Chinese genetics. That they look like little Aryans. Little Aryan children. You have children. Imagine if someone murdered them under the guise of war and a depraved imperial sycophant such as yourself defended that from the comfort of their safe home.
How do you feel?
Israel has conducted its war opaque.
Who are these articles?
This guy is I think a fairly well-known author. He's published a couple op-eds.
So her sister called this guy racist for being happy that his kids became blonde.
Well, they both
Asian
did.
looking.
She's like kind of like
she's calling him racist for. She's saying that he was happy that his kids inherit his Asianness, right?
Lycan, you gotta cut down on the amount of gin you put in these drinks. This is like I can cauterize a wound with this thing.
I don't know what that has to do with this, because like a lot of Asian countries support Israel. Like China supports Israel.
What about Japan?
No. In the United States, I don't know if you've noticed this yet, but there are white people and then everyone else. That's why it's so important when you're white like her to try to like identify as something different or to do whatever you can to like disavow your whiteness as much as possible. Sometimes I might be take the form of you bowing in the street and kissing the boots of Black Panthers. Other times it's relentlessly shitting on your own white people. But yeah, in the U.S., like every single minority would support Palestine or whatever. Yeah,
of course, they are honorable under an impression.
So wait, why are we calling that comment racist though? Because it sounds like she's calling someone else racist in a really stupid way.
Because she's calling him racist because of an article that he's written, and she's saying that I bet he's happy that his children don't look Asian. That's an unbelievably crazy statement to make.
Yeah, but it's an accusation of racism. It's like an insane accusation of racism against someone else, right?
Yeah, but it's
who's she being racist against?
I would say the guy.
LonerBox is putting 2 and 2 together
but
right
what's
now in record speed.
How's she being racist against the guy for calling him racist?
I think that if I were to see...
maybe because she's calling him like a self-hating Asian guy, because I guess he's Asian.
That's like an Uncle Tom.
No, I think he's white and his wife is Asian.
It's like an Uncle Tom.
No, it's not Uncle Tom, but like let's say there was like a black woman and a white guy, and this white guy wrote an article where he was saying something like I think that apartheid could have been ended better in South Africa or some shit. Or it wouldn't even be directly related. Let's say he says something like, I think Brexit was a mistake or some bullshit. I don't know. I'm like, or I support Brexit. And I'm like, oh my God, he supports Brexit? I bet he's so happy that his children came out looking white and not black like his wife. That's an unhinged statement to make.
Yeah, it's unhinged. Yeah, I know it's unhinged. People in your chat are saying he's the Asian guy.
Oh, he's Asian?
So is it racist because she's calling him a self-hating Asian? Because I don't think if you obviously accuse someone of being racist, you would say something like, yeah, you would say, oh, I'll bet you.
Would you call that?
You're proud of your Aryan children because you're ascribing that belief to them.
Oh well, if he's Asian, that makes it even worse. But I feel like it doesn't. I feel like he doesn't even need to be Asian. When you start commenting that a person is happy because of the race of their children without any reason whatsoever, that just feels like a really. Or maybe you wouldn't call it racist. What would you call it? That's a really fucking weird comment, in my opinion.
Well, she's calling. Yeah, she's like. No, because she's calling him racist because she thinks what he's saying is racist. Like, but that's just.
But he hasn't said anything at all about his kids.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
At all,
it's not that there's kids. Yeah, so like she's attacking his family. But I don't think what she's saying is.
If I knew a black person that hung around a lot of white people, and I said, "I bet you're so happy that all your friends are white instead of black," or I bet you're glad you don't have any black friends.
If you said that to a black person?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that would be accusing him of being like a self-hating black person. But you were saying that it's racist even if the guy's white. With an Asian wife, not if he's Asian. Because it sounds like she's calling him a self-hating Asian.
Isn't there some level, if it's your children, doesn't that automatically invoke some level of self-hatred because they're literally your offspring? Like even if you weren't the Asian? Like if you're saying, I bet you're happy your kids are the race that they are, like that, regardless of which race you are of the parents, that just feels like a...
Okay, so if I falsely accuse Dan of being racist and he marries a mixed race person, and I'm like, I'll bet you're glad the kids turned out white. Am I being racist to him or to his wife or to?
You're assuming I'm a racist.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're a racist. Yeah,
but you're also being a.
Yeah, I'm being a. There's like that's given, right? She's being a and she's like illiterate.
She is being a.
Yeah, I feel like the racism is probably the lowest of the 3 accusations you would make against her, based on the.
Well, she also called him a cracker.
She did call him a cracker.
Wait, but
that's
if
our word.
But also, wait, how is
people.
the guy a cracker and a self-hating Asian at the same time?
Hey, wait, real quick.
She's saying he's got a cracker take or whatever. Isn't that the idea that she's?
No, she called him a half cracker.
Oh, so is he? Is she calling?
No. She called him a full cracker because she said he was half a graham cracker, which is cracker.
Wait, but a graham cracker is still a whole cracker.
Is he a mixed race?
Wait, now they're saying they're both half Asian. Never mind. Let's move on to the next thing. Chad is. I should have looked this up because Chad is actually retarded.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, if he's Asian or half Asian, she's being racist in a sense that she's accusing him of being a self-hating Asian.
Real quick, would you call this person an Uncle Roger?
What?
Yeah,
what does Uncle Roger mean? Is that that's
like a very famous kind of
Uncle
Asian.
Roger for Asians,
like versus Uncle Tom.
Okay.
Why would Uncle Roger be for Asians?
You don't know about Uncle Roger?
Uncle Roger. Hiya. You're talking about a YouTube guy. It would be more. I know who you're talking about. Oh, he's gonna bring him up. Okay.
I'm sorry. Uncle Roger. Well, not everyone knows what it is.
Everybody's seen this guy on YouTube because he reviewed Gordon Ramsay stuff. You're doing a Reddit tier commentary.
I don't care.
Teacup. Hiya. First step all wrong already.
So
I am not confident
Uncle
this
Roger.
video is gonna be good.
All right. Well, do you feel like we've solved this Caroline Kwan issue?
I think she's clearly illiterate, clearly retarded, clearly massively ideologically captured. Mm-hmm. I don't know if these comments are her being racist. I think they're her doing a really ridiculous out of nothing accusation of racism.
So you're not giving
unless the guy is actually half Asian or Asian, and then she's accusing him of being a self-hating Asian by saying that he's happy his kids are blonde, right?
So you're not giving her enough agency to be retarded, or sorry, to be racist. You're just saying she's retarded.
She's got the agency to be racist. I'm just saying what she said.
So she
also
does.
telling him to spell his name differently.
Well, because he's not. Yeah, that's probably different. Yeah, that's a bit more racially loaded than the.
That's racially
And
loaded.
calling him a cracker.
Yeah,
That's our
Cracker's a
word.
bit
Us three white guys, the Cuban, the Jew,
And saying that he's glad his
and the-
kids turned out a different race than him. I think we've got the three critical elements have been met.
I think
Wait,
so.
no, but you
The
said that was the
council
case
has
if-
convened.
You said that was the case even if he was white. I don't get that. I don't know who she's being racist to in that case.
I'm actually
to the
started-
kids, maybe. Like
I'm starting to see a flaw in the democratically elected Twitch council for reviewing bans.
Well, no, because we just overruled
If
him.
it's
It's
us,
2 on
we're
1.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, that's it. So do you feel like this is...
It doesn't matter. He's already overruled, so.
All right. Do you feel this is warranted of a ban?
that's warranted a ban.
Of a ban?
If the guy's Asian, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. I'll give it a maybe.
Okay.
I'd abstain.
Okay.
Wait, is this the guy?
Yeah, I think he is.
Wait.
Asian as. What are
Let
you
me
talking
see.
about?
Let me see. Wait,
guy's
hold
a-
on. Wait, copy the link and send it to Lycan.
Listen, she can make those wings.
Never mind. This
however
guy-
big she wants. That she will.
This guy is the most Asian
This
guy-
guy outranks her Asianness.
This guy
okay?
is more Asian than she is.
Absolutely.
In every way.
Absolutely.
In every way. But this is also a 2.5 hour video. We don't have time for this. Instead, let's just look at a guilty face. He knows he's guilty. He paid off this law firm. And this guy, who's been here since the beginning, he was instrumental in the payoff, obviously.
Dan, are you saying that you can't hire an outside law firm to do an objective analysis?
Yeah, I think in Canada you can't do that. That's against the law.
No, I'm saying, do you believe that that's not a thing that if most companies do that, it's all bullshit? They're just paying someone with prestige to come out and save their bacon.
Well, I'll tell you this. It's probably not very good for repeat business if when you go and, when you're looking to hire someone to do an outside investigation into your sexual harassment, you're probably not looking for the one that's like, we did an investigation on this company and we found immense sexual harassment. You're probably not hiring that company. You're hiring the one that's cleared like 10 people, I'm guessing.
Maybe, but also if there's a company that cleared somebody and later on something gets released saying that, oh, well, it actually did do that, your company's reputation is probably completely and totally destroyed and nobody's ever going to hire you again or trust anything that you do. So
Like Mazars?
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly my fucking point. You just fell into my trap.
I didn't fall into the
You're
trap.
so
what you're
trapped
trying to
right
illustrate
now.
is the fact that you didn't know the name of any of the companies that do this thing means that if
oh
a
my
company
God.
f***ed up, they
Hold
wouldn't
on.
be revealed.
How do I go to chat?
Hold on, what's the alternative? Should they have done an internal investigation?
Okay. He doesn't know what Mazars is. Do you know what Mazars is?
Okay, so this is like standard practice is when a company has an issue like that, assuming you're not like a massive company with your own massive internal legal team,
Right.
yeah, you're going to hire an external firm to do the investigation.
Right.
This is what everybody does. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Sorry, you got a lot of clicking going on there. I'll let you do the clicking and figure out what's going on. You don't know you don't know the own that just happened on you. Do you know, Mr. Box?
No.
That's okay. Mazars was Trump's accounting firm.
Oh.
That cooked the books and got roasted. And oh my God, it's the end of their business, except it wasn't. And nothing mattered. And they're huge. And they're still getting used by a lot of people because they were willing to cook the books.
Cook the books for what?
Trump, motherfucker.
Trump personally or one of his businesses?
Trump.
Oh,
And
so his personal finances were
Yeah.
being managed by another company. What did they cook the books on?
everything.
Every single part of his finances was a lie. They forged checks for him. They lied on his PayPal account.
That's what I said.
Oh, so you don't actually know anything about this
I do.
thing.
You know what you're doing right now?
Hold on.
Hey,
Wait,
you know what he's doing?
question. No,
he doesn't know. So now he's coming out and he's asking a lot of other questions to try to act like he knows what's going on.
Okay, so they had one major client.
So you know nothing.
Can you tell me?
You know
What's
nothing.
one major client they've had after Trump?
Okay, what you're trying to do? You didn't even know the name of this guy.
He doesn't know.
You don't know. You didn't even know who it was.
That you
didn't know who this was a minute
I
ago.
at the bottom of your hole because you don't know anything about it. The double trap.
I do.
There we go.
You don't know who this was.
We got it.
You don't know anything. So you just ask questions that
But
are
all
unreasonable
I've
for you
shown
to
is
know.
that neither of us know.
I knew the name.
Argument.
I knew the name.
Okay.
All right.
You don't even know what they audited.
And
you know better than to think that somebody's personal finances are the same as their business. Like when
they
people
did
say,
both.
like, oh,
They did Trump and for fucking Trump organization, whatever. They got just, they were the
oh
one.
my God.
You don't know.
You know what I just realized?
You realize nothing.
I need an L, a big L, then we can pass it back and forth because you need to be holding a big L right
Really?
now. Yes.
We could do that. You
I'm
could buy an
going
L.
to buy a box of L's and we're going to give them out.
I don't
to
think you
each
need a
other.
box. I think one would be suitable.
No, it has to be because what
So
if I
you want
give
to
you?
give me? You want to give me like 4?
No, because like I might prove because you're going to take another L later on when we argue, and then I should be able to give you a second L.
The problem is when you take an L, you don't take it. You're like, oh, this L, this is actually yours. You want this. You remember, this is worth money. You can have that. That's the type of person you are. When you're wrong, you instead be like, oh yeah, tell me every specific thing. How big was their penis? You don't know? Here's that L for you right there. That's you. Okay.
You didn't even establish an argument.
I did establish an argument. The argument. Okay, let's go back to the beginning.
Okay.
The beginning was that if you were a company that did something bad, i.e., faking or forging or giving bad results of an investigation, you would be finished.
You'd have a severe impact on your business.
And I countered with the fact that Mazars did exactly that for Trump, but seems to be have not affected whatsoever.
When you say seems to be not affected, have they lost any large clients? Do they still deal with large clients?
Not that I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of.
When you said that, you mean you don't have any idea?
Well, I read the news, and I think it would be big news if Mazars started losing clients as a result of this. In fact, I think they probably picked them up because they're like, these Mazars guys, they're pretty based. Our accounting firm sucks. They suck dick.
When you say that Mazar cooked the books for Trump, were they charged with a crime?
I think that what Mazars did, if I had to remember, because I'm more educated on this than you are, is that Mazars did not do diligence and instead used actual figures given directly by Trump instead of using their own objective analysis. And that could have been for things of value of real estate. That could have been for values of portfolios. Instead of doing their own independent appraisals, they were using the values given directly to them by Trump so as to keep him as a client. Here's that L for you. Right here.
Well, it sounds like, so what Dan is giving right now, and this is just in my cursory.
Oh, that's okay. If you can go ahead and read it.
Sounds like what Dan is doing is he's giving the statements that Trump's lawyers gave to the court, where the Trump's lawyer said, well, actually, the accounting firm is the one that made all the mistakes. They should have done more due diligence, but it seems like they didn't do that. So my client actually has no responsibility here. They should have checked harder. Yeah, but I don't know. I'd have to read into this case. Apparently, you haven't.
Yeah,
so.
well, I mean, I've done more than you.
Yeah, but now, like in my 2 seconds of reading on Google, apparently I've done more than you.
Got you. So you're more educated. The guy who didn't know the name a minute ago, but that's fine.
As opposed to you, the guy who didn't know what they were involved in cooking.
I did. I knew everything.
What were they involved in cooking?
Oh, so I'm sorry.
Wait, what were they involved in cooking?
The books.
Oh, all of them.
Yeah.
Like his fiction books on his books, like his Harry Potter books, or
yeah. Did you know? Speaking of which, apparently Trump. I don't know how true this is. See, here's the thing. I don't want to be a victim of fake information, but apparently, from what I've heard, Trump has fake time covers of him. Do you think that's real?
Where'd you learn that?
I've read it on something.
He might.
He might have that. Is that weird to do that?
Don't like CEOs have oil paintings of themselves in their houses?
I'm not saying having an oil painting of yourself.
Yeah, fake.
Fake time magazine.
Why is that any worse than having an oil painting of
that's
yourself?
worse.
Dan, it's for motivation.
No,
that's what you're ascribing towards.
That's like Donald Trump Man of the Year, but it didn't actually happen. That's cringe.
Do you know that Lockheed Martin got permission from Fast Company to use their cover, and they had it big blown up with the F-35 on it, and they used it for a meeting to discuss what is this article going to talk about 10 years from now, to do goal setting and make sure they were in alignment and thinking about the future. Maybe that's all Trump was doing.
I should have Time magazines right here of me, fake. That's like a thing to aspire towards.
You know, when I wake up, I've got like a big screenshot of my YouTube channel, but it says 8 million subs because I'm like one day. What's wrong with that?
How many subs do you have right now?
Like across both channels?
Oh, you have 2 channels. You're so big, you need 2 channels.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me, what's the difference between the 2 channels you have? So you have LonerBox.
One's a video essay channel, the other one's a live stream segment channel.
Oh my God, 140,000 subscribers. So you're doing one video roughly every 2 months. How do you feel about that output?
No, I stopped doing videos regularly
I can see that.
Ago, yeah.
Well, 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you average that out, even going back...
I would usually do one a month, yeah.
Well, we go back a year, and there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You've done 9 videos in the last year. Mm-hmm. You feel that's acceptable for what these people expect from you?
Yeah, because I was mostly interested in streaming.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you have a lot of fangirls?
I have had in the past.
You have?
Yeah.
But not anymore.
Draw a bit of a line.
Did you abuse them and then sent them packing or something? Why have?
Well, I just sent them packing. I didn't abuse them. What the fuck?
Well, yeah. I mean, I was just curious. I mean, you said you had them and then no more. Something happened, obviously.
Yeah, I just don't know how I feel about like
the parasocial thing with fans. Yeah.
Hold on, wait. Is there a single person besides Trump's legal team that's accused Mazar of wrongdoing? Mazar's of wrongdoing?
Do you see how mad he is? He's like furious that I knew something that he didn't know. He's going to spend the next 6 days, the entire time you're in Israel, he's going to be learning about the Mazars scandal.
No, I'm not. I've learned enough. You have no idea what you're talking about.
I know.
I don't think
everything.
anybody's accused him of any wrongdoing whatsoever. Only Trump's legal team did in order to shield Trump from liability.
That's not true.
That is true.
You want to make a bet right now?
No, I want you to tell me who else.
No, I want you to make a bet. You seem really confident. So let's do this. Real bet right now.
Real bet on what?
Real money. If Mazars has been accused of doing wrongdoing by anyone besides Trump, if Mazars has done something wrong.
Someone credible.
Sure.
Okay, $20.
That's it? $20? We're millionaires.
Okay.
$100.
All right.
$100. What?
I'm right. I know I'm right.
Okay, that's easy.
That is.
I thought this was the Stephen, Destiny, Kenneth, Bonnell.
Are we watching this video? What video did we bring up?
That said, if someone's not willing to put money to their statements, you can throw it to the fucking wind. That's what he said. Of course, but that doesn't apply.
A few months ago, some guy was like trying to bet me $5,000 for random statements.
About what?
I really wish I'd taken them now because he was fucking lying to me.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have collected, of course.
Wait, which guy?
History Speaks. Yeah.
Oh, History Speaks, yeah.
So what is the deal with this History Speaks individual? Go ahead and pull up History Speaks.
Very obsessive anti-fan.
Oh, of you?
Me, Destiny.
And Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
People don't know this, but this guy actually reached out to me like, I want to say 6 or 7 years ago. And he wanted to do debates with Nick Fuentes and other people. He told me back then, like 6 or 7 years ago, that he was like a PhD scholar and that he wanted to like argue against the Nazi historical revisionism or something. We kind of talked on and off like since then. And then that's how we already knew each other. So he could DM me on Skype to jump on and...
Skype, the good old days.
Yeah.
So this guy, what's the deal with his channel? Where is he on the spectrum? Not the autism spectrum, but the political spectrum.
He just sounds like any ordinary, like, random retard. That says
okay,
shit.
but right or left?
Well, it's just... He's like on that pro-Palestinian thing. I don't know if he's right or left. He's just...
Isn't that weird a little bit? You have no idea if this guy is a Nazi or a communist.
He's not a Nazi. He's probably to the left, but that's not relevant. He's just super pro-Palestinian here, I think.
You remember you used to have fights... You seem to always have fights with cartoon characters. Like, do you remember there was the attorney one? Obviously the squirrel, but then there was the attorney. Who was
Goofy.
the attorney? Huh?
The one with the goofy.
The goofy, the duck.
I don't remember what his name. I don't believe that guy was a real lawyer.
And he got really, he or she got really mad because you took the bar exam. And they were
didn't take the bar.
I
did one section of the LSAT. Yeah.
Yes. And they were like shocked.
They weren't shocked. I think they were just, everybody was like on full memes for that.
They were.
Okay.
It was this guy.
Respectable lawyer.
The goofy dude.
Goofy.
He'll just take like basically the far left position on everything.
But I don't get why you don't think these people don't have
Wait a second. Hold up. Goofy is gone.
Huh?
November 6th, 2022. That's it.
What are you saying?
I don't get why you don't think these people
never mind.
don't have the qualifications that they say they have.
For this guy, he said that he was like currently practicing, like he was taking cases and everything, but he tweets so much. How the fuck does he have time to do his legal work while also tweeting constantly? What is he?
If you work an 8-hour day and then you tweet while you're working and then you tweet after you get home from work, like
you don't know.
Impossible.
Steve doesn't know about real work.
It's the same with like History Speaks and all that. Like, people can get PhDs in any of these subjects and still be fucking insane, right? Or they can actually just do the thing where they uncritically quote certain sources, like even some pop historians or like human rights reports, and they can get away with that, right?
I guess maybe.
Yeah.
But I just feel like I have slightly higher expectations.
Do you?
Yeah, you do. But have you ever seen those people? Oh, every now and then, I used to meet people who had music degrees. I was like, fuck, this guy's got a music degree. He's really serious. And they couldn't play for shit.
Well, hold on. Were they education degrees or?
They maybe even performance degrees at times. Or
performance degree couldn't play for shit?
Like, maybe not performance degrees couldn't play for shit, but they would play like pretty average. Like, it's possible to play quite average. Because again, maybe even if you get your degree and then you don't practice for 6 months, you're going to fall way behind, right?
Yeah, I guess it depends on what their degree was in and what kind of player they are, yeah.
You know what? I think we probably have some call-ins waiting that are interested in...
Jeff says that History Speaks guy is on the line.
No shot.
That's what Jeff said in chat, yeah.
All right, bring him in.
Well, he was in his DMs. I don't know if he's like in Discord ready to go.
Well,
my name is Jeff.
Let me make sure he's ready.
This is a classic. Where's it from? What movie? Quick.
Borat.
No.
Yeah.
21 Jump Street.
You don't know. Lycan, you stupid motherfucker.
21 Jump Street.
He didn't know.
Obviously.
And you...
Everybody knows that.
You
Everybody
didn't
knows
know.
I knew
you
that. Of course
know.
I did. Yeah. You should have bet me on it.
God damn it.
Yeah, well, it was a good bit. All right.
Okay, well, we're going to wait.
And it's not even 21 Jump Street. It's 22 Jump Street, dipshit.
It's not. What happened to Jesse Smollett?
Isn't he in jail? I don't know.
Is he in jail? What do you think should have happened to Jesse? Mr. Box.
I forget what he did. Didn't he lie about some kind
He
of...
did lie about some racial crazy shit.
Yeah.
He said like some people like tried to f him up and like do some shit with a noose or something. What do you think should happen to him?
If it's defamation? like fine, maybe.
I think it's
short jail
perjury
term.
and like wasting time for.
Yeah.
Like
It's a lie. It's
cover.
reporting a fake crime that never happened and riling everyone up.
I feel like you can find someone for that. I don't know if we would jail someone for that because it's not like they're not a threat to society.
Oh, I forgot. You're not an American.
No, I'm not an American. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I think you should actually get 200 years in the
right.
electric chair. Yeah. Okay.
In the electric chair. Let me posit you with something. You've heard of the would you rather be in the woods with a random man or a bear? And people are like, oh, I'd rather have the bear, the women. Yeah, you've heard that. I'm just curious. What do you think? How would things change if they said, would you rather be in the woods with a bear or a random black man?
I don't know.
You don't want to answer that question?
I mean, I imagine people would probably give a more, like, they maybe lean further into the bear, right? Because of racism, right? Like, would they?
No.
No, they
I don't think he's aware of the
Opposite
bear
direction.
man discourse.
You don't
I'm not
know.
aware
You
of
don't
the
know
discourse,
anything
no.
about bear man discourse.
I just thought, all I know of bear man discourse is that a bunch of women said they'd rather be in the woods with a bear.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes,
And a man.
that's the thing. But the idea is that if you say, would you rather be in the woods and a random black man appears or a random bear?
Oh, and they're
the
more likely
idea,
to say black man because they don't want to, because they feel like...
Exactamundo.
It's like that one tweet with the weird, like, mentally ill 17-year-old, and they're like, when I say kill all men, I mean all men.
Yeah.
And then the person replies, I'm like, even George Floyd? And then they're like, what the is wrong with you?
That is
Oh,
the classic.
God. You know what I thought of today?
What? Oh, something racist.
Independently. No one helped
All
me
by
with it.
yourself with no
Yeah.
help.
Daily Wire film. It's a remake of 12 Angry Men.
Yes.
Hey, if you want to see the full episode of this, go to patreon.com/anything else for great content like this and more.
Yeah, you're missing 2 hours, dumbass.
Maybe.
This is only 1 hour. There's 2 hours more.
We have no idea how many hours.
All
it
right.
is.
Daily Wire film. It's a remake of 12 Angry Men,
Yes.
but it's the guy is clearly guilty. The defendant is clearly guilty, and he's black. But the all-white panel of 12 hyper-woke people doesn't want to convict.
That feels like that could probably
Apart
be.
from one enlightened
See, that's a good idea.
debate bro called Chad McMichelson has to convince them to...
Oh, he's Irish.
To actually... That is an American name.
No, McMichelson.
It's an American... Chad Mick.
Oh,
M-I-C-K.
it's me, Chad McMichelson.
No, M-I-C-K is
I'm gonna
middle
find
name.
my pot of gold.
Chad Michelson has to convince them to convict.
How about like Chad Smith?
And then at the end, some really ultra woke guy like breaks down and cries like, "I don't care if he's black. You shouldn't."
That would be good, yeah.
Okay.
Fuck, that would be a.
I'm
that would
taking
be
the
a.
royalties for that.
All right,
It'll
let-
be fucking shit.
We should have a
but
segment
it'll
where we
be-
make up bullshit ass movie ideas. That would
All
be
right.
a Kino fucking movie.
That would be all right.
No, that would be a fucking Kino movie.
That would be the.
That would be. It would be. It would have to. The guy would be Gene. What's the name of the main actor? guy?
Hackman.
Hackman.
Gene Hackman.
That would have to be Ben Shapiro, right? It would
Yeah,
have to be.
okay, yeah,
Obviously, right?
Yeah.
Your feelings don't matter. All right, listen. We're gonna press play on this. You guys ready?
Half the judges would be trans.
Shut up.
Absolutely.
Oh, there's a total. Yeah, fuck. Even in the
So many
jury, there's
jokes.
there's a trans woman, but like
Yeah,
they still
hold on.
call the film 12 Angry
What?
Men because they're trying to say that trans women aren't women.
Oh, the title would be 12 Angry Men in quotation marks. Oh my God.
What is wrong with you?
Or 12 Triggered Men. 12 Triggered Men.
You would
12
just call it
Triggered Men,
Triggered is the movie.
No, 12 Triggered. It has to be. So you see the.
12 Triggered
analogy.
Men does not roll off the tongue.
It's not. It,
That's a shit movie. You would just call it Triggered.
no, it has. You have to have the analog.
You have to paraphrase the original film.
Okay, instead of 12 angry men, 12 angry trans men.
Why do they all have to be trans?
Well, because it is. In this one, they're all trans men.
12 Angry Thems.
Oh, that is good. That's good.
it.
They, thems.
Oh my God.
We got everything there. You got racism. You got the fucking transphobia. Yeah.
That's really basically up Steve's alley. We got a caller? Rabbit R1 is a scam product. It's a YouTube video to put up.
What's Rabbit R1?
It's like the shitty fucking device, I think. It's either the...
It sounds like a vibrator.
It's like the hollow projector thing. It's like a shitty chat GPT, and you're like, show me where a restaurant is, and then you hold out your hand. It's either that one or
It's
another
the one that's
one.
supposed to be able to like make appointments for you and shit.
It's like chat GPT and a device,
Okay.
I think. Well, there's a video for you to pull up there, Big L.
Yeah, I got you.
I would hand the L to you to liken right now if I could.
You would, except you were wrong. So
I'm not wrong.
there are 10 different fucking links. Oh, you just want the random rabbit. All right, cool. Well, don't fucking stop talking.
I'm waiting for you to pull up the fucking video.
Why do companies go public, Stephen?
Section 12G of the Security Exchange Act of 1934 calls for issuers of securities to register with the SEC and begin public dissemination of financial regulations within 120 days of the end of the fiscal year. New regulations now require anyone who has over 2,000 shareholders.
So you have 2,000 if you have over 2,000 shareholders.
So that can be an employee. That means
you
some
have to
dipshit.
make you have to make public disclosures.
Okay.
No, you have to go public.
No, you don't. You retard.
Okay.
Read the rest of what you're reading, okay? You have to start making public disclosures. But the reason why people don't typically do it as a private company is because why would you invite that much scrutiny and why would you do that much paperwork for your company, right? You typically don't want to do that. So you keep your investor count low enough that you're not being forced to make public disclosures to...
I'm sorry. So are you saying something different? It sounds like you said a f***ing retard, but then at the end you said, so you keep it under that number.
Yes, you keep it under the number.
I'm sorry. So you can't attract talent. So I can't offer any...
Well, you could also offer... money, you can do that too.
Oh,
you can
gotcha.
get money.
I understand.
You
So basically, you're wrong. So basically, you're wrong. You're wrong. But you're coming up with examples, and you can't give me an example of any fucking company that does this because there isn't any.
What do you mean? Twitter was public and went private again.
Yeah, people at Twitter got stock options. Yes, give me a company that doesn't. Go on.
Nothing is forcing you to pay stock options.
One company. One company that doesn't give stock options. Go. Come on. I'm just one. There's millions of companies. Give me one. One, Steven.
I can't think of those companies because all I know are publicly traded companies, Dan.
That's how I feel right now.
Fucking companies.
That's what you do. I'm giving you the Steve right now. I'm giving you the Steve.
He's saying like, hey, give me the name of a person you've never heard of before. Can you give me the name of a person who's never heard of? No, you can't name a person you've never heard of before. So no, I can't do that. That's right.
Wait, hold on. Just to be clear, so looking this up, they do they do have to start reporting after 2000, but they do not have to IPO.
That's correct. Yep, that's what I said. Don't worry. Dan's catching up.
You must be truly desperate to be waiting for the like and save.
It's just I don't need to wait for anything.
Do not belittle me. I will hit the stop streaming button.
You guys are
actually
wrong.
You want to know what a big company that attracts a lot of talent that doesn't have publicly traded stuff? Valve. Boom. One of the highest employee to compensation ratios of any company on the planet.
Netflix is one of the highest.
Yeah, what does Valve do?
What? Hold on. You said that's not true. That can't be one of the highest because this is one of the highest. What do you think one of the means?
I don't think it's in the top 100.
Okay, let's check.
Sure.
Top 100 companies
by employee compensation.
Stock compensation or just in general?
No, compensation.
Why does my return key not work sometimes on my iPad, guys?
Because it's trying to save you from getting demolished by
sometimes
my fucking
magic
superior
keyboard
logic.
enter key is not working. I don't know if it's because I pushed something on the stream, guys. I don't know why.
So you have to stay behind in technology.
Stay what?
You have to stay behind so they can fix this shit.
Oh, now it worked. I don't know why.
By the way, the rabbit thing's on the screen.
Well, let's get the audio. Start from the... Actually, you know what? Hold on. I got it. Don't worry, Lycan.
This thing, I just feel like that DJ Khaled.
Higher, a little bit.
Carry around with you in your pocket like a smartphone. I'd say it's about the size of a stack of Post-its, maybe. But it's this lightweight plastic cube designed by teenage engineering. And boy, do people love some teenage engineering right now. And it's super... I mean, you can tell exactly what it is from a mile away. This thing is very recognizable. The thing has one button on the right side. That's the one you press and hold to ask it questions. And then instead of a projector, it actually does have a built-in screen here. And instead of built-in cellular, it has a SIM card tray right alongside that USB Type-C port for charging. I'd say it does seem to send basically every single request to cloud. But I will say it does feel significantly quicker to answer questions than the Humane AI pin. Now, that is a very, very low bar to clear, but it's consistent. It's consistently quicker. How far away is the moon?
The average distance between Earth and the moon is approximately 384,400 kilometers.
You can connect headphones via Bluetooth or turn the built-in speaker all the way up like I have, but it also shows you the text of your answer on the screen right underneath this bouncing rabbit.
All right, where's the scam part?
Fact,
it's also bad.
Bad at a lot of stuff.
Okay, so listen, to be clear, this is a physical device.
I can tell that because he was holding it in his hand physically.
You're fast. You're
good
fast.
at this,
I like how quick
pick it up quickly. Okay.
I like how quick you put those things together like that. That was like.
Wait, what is the point of this?
It's a fucking device that like basically runs ChatGPT and nothing else, and they're charging an unseen amount of money.
Is it connected to the internet?
Yeah.
This list is going to sound pretty familiar. Somehow the battery life is just as bad as a Humane pin. It has a 1,000 milliamp hour battery inside, and it's brutally bad. Like, it's already bad enough when you're carrying around a whole other device alongside your smartphone, but when this one can sit in front of you doing nothing and the battery just visibly is draining and dies in like 4 hours, then you have to charge it multiple times per day, and it's still dead when you wake up in the morning. Like, it's just exhausting. Also, it took 45 minutes to charge this tiny battery from 0 to 100. And it's also just straight up missing a ton of what I would consider just basic features. Like, it can't set alarms, can't set timers, it can't record videos, can't record photos, can't send emails, there's no calendar built in. There's just a lot of things that I would want an assistant to do, not here. And of course, being an AI assistant, it also does still hallucinate and confidently answer questions wrong. Like, my baseline of asking a question that I know the answer to and then getting the wrong answer happens all the time.
which is one of the downfalls of this category. So this device was designed by Teenage Engineering, and they're really leaning into that. Like that's why, I mean, it's this bright orange. It is really quirky, friendly-looking device, I would say, intentionally. But yeah, they really love their analog controls. And this scroll wheel here doesn't surprise me, but it's actually really
pause for a
frustrating
second.
to use. First of all,
one of the really scary things about that Teenage Engineering company is because they were trying to attract so much talent, they hired 501 employees, and they accidentally had to go public. They weren't keeping track of the stock options that they were issuing, and that's part of the reason why this company got so fucked.
Hey, shut the fuck up. Historyspeaks is here to talk. All right, bring him in.
Put all their
Shut
money
the fuck
into
up,
doing,
Steven, you
financials, and they were
stupid
publicly-
motherfucker. You're wrong, and the more you laugh about it, you just embarrass yourself. Okay? What did Norman Finkelstein say about Steve? What did he say?
He said you better not
You
hire
are
499 employees and give them stock options.
You actually are a fantastic moron. You actually are.
Hey.
All right.
Hefe, bring him in.
All right, we have History Speaks here to talk to you.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's get this shit on the road.
Why are they called Teenage Engineering?
I just have 10 minutes. I'm not a family yet, so someone might yell at me and say I'm here. So
That's fine. Go ahead, Mystery.
I just got goaded by the schoolyard taunts, so I guess
That's all right. Let's get.
none of us are here.
Do you wait? First off, do you have the mens rea to compete and talk right now with whatever is going on? Just want to make sure you know.
I don't think I ever got into the mens rea conversation. Really.
Okay.
Maybe I don't remember.
Okay.
I guess the one thing I plays with Destiny is like, other than the moral thing, which isn't that interesting, I don't think, to people. The problem I have with your commentary in the war mainly is that you just don't correct when you make mistakes, when you make factual errors. Like when you know you make factual errors, like that stupid debate we did the other day where we were just screaming like children. Like you were wrong on the premise of that stupid discussion. You just wouldn't admit it and move on. Then we couldn't have a conversation. Like you were wrong that they didn't do a long-arm conflict analysis. Like you're wrong on that debate that the average civilian to combatant ratio is 9-1 in war. You were wrong that that the cookies were used for, and you changed it to sugar to make it more plausible. But you're wrong that cookies were used for rockets. Like you were wrong today that they didn't bomb a refugee camp with these small munitions, which they did. It's just like that's what's frustrating. It's like the lack of honesty and good faith. You know.
Yeah, that's how I feel when I talk to you.
Like,
Don't worry.
if you look at my feed, I admit when I make mistakes, like all the time.
Oh, okay.
There's a difference.
Damn, must be a lot of tweeting you do then.
Listen, you see how he's not engaging with you? First off, I agree with you. He does confidently not go in and acknowledge his mistakes. And it's true. And he says them and then he glosses over them. And there's plenty of them that in the past that you can point to. I don't know why he does it. Why? It would make you so much more human to just admit that they didn't use cookies to make rockets. They didn't make cookies. There was no cookies.
Well, the Keebler Elf ones had a lot of sugar in them, I think.
Not that much sugar, and they got salt in it. And who's doing the separation? It seems like a lot of work to do that.
It's a lot of chemistry work.
Yeah.
They ship in the My Starter chemistry sets or whatever.
You also got from the John Spencer.
Don't mind if I do your job for you. Do you think, so the report on the Great March of Return, they do have a section where they say that they were applying not only IHL as well as policing law, but also that they said that was Israel's terms too, and they were going to go by Israel's terms. They claim to do that. Right, Stephen?
Sure, but let's not change the subject.
He hasn't read the report, so I don't know. I read the entire. Sure. So what they said was that for basically the entirety of their analysis, they basically applied policing event things. Mm-hmm. And one of the ways that they do that is they go through in the beginning of trying to say, well, do we think that Israel is still an occupying power or not? They give a 3-point test for how you can figure that out, which Israel would fail all 3 of those points, meaning they're not an occupying power. But then they just say but we don't actually agree with these, and we think that they're an occupying power. And then they refer to 2 UN resolutions that in one sentence say Israel in the occupied territories is their argument for it. They also don't utilize the CCF, is it continuous combat function for quote unquote civilians on the ground. So this is the way that they basically look at
despite referencing ICJ guidelines that do actually recognize
guys, we want limited time with this dude.
Yeah, but the question is obviously they did claim to go by IHL because they said that even by IHL we only found one person which may have been doing direct participation in hostilities, and that was the guy who was firing a rifle.
So let's not change the subject to whether the report is right or wrong. Blah blah. What's frustrating is we had this whole screaming fest over an issue where I was right, you knew I was right. It's not even that important an issue. Well, it is important, but it's not that important in the grand scheme of things of the conflict. whether they use this, and we just couldn't get past it. And,
they didn't.
the other examples they used.
Wait, hold on. Just real quick on this. So they didn't analyze this as like two parties to an armed conflict. They analyzed it as a policing event. That's why if you read the full report, they'll put a box on the left where they say like this is okay under an armed conflict, and on the right they'll say this is okay under a policing event, and then they
only say one is justified under IHL as well.
No, they only say that one was analyzed as an armed conflict, as an armed conflict event. That's what they say. They don't say only one is justified.
Yes, they do. The UN does. You can disagree with them.
I literally just read this on stream. The whole I read the first, I think, 100 pages on stream, and then there's another 100 you want to read afterwards. But they go through, if you look in the first, I think it's around like paragraph 100 to 150. They go through their justification for why they decide to use this as a policing event. One is they disregard any CCF, continuous combat function. And the second is that they view it as a policing event because they're still an occupier to this particular thing. And then they go and they say that the only way that you can kill somebody with any amount of justification has to be with respect to protecting the lives of your police officers. They don't view the fence as like a military objective. Hold on, let me finish real quick. If you want my opinions, let me finish. They don't view like the fence as like a military objective, or they don't consider any of the civilians that are breaching the fence or anything as people that are parties to an armed conflict, or that are doing the it's DHL direct or DPH direct participation in hostilities, because they view it as a policing event. They don't view it as like an armed conflict for how they do their analysis.
Correct, but they don't think this should be generally analyzed, except that one person in terms of IHL. Yet
I agree with you. That's my disagreement, though. I think that's ridiculous. Okay. Yeah.
But sure, you can disagree with the report, but the point is, the report said there's only one justified under IHL, assuming everything's IHL.
Wait, hold on. When you say that, do you think that what they're saying there is if you analyze the entire thing under IHL, there would only be one?
You're changing the subject.
No, I'm just trying to figure out what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what they are saying.
What? Are you saying that if you analyze the entire thing as an armed conflict, there would only be one justifiable killing?
I'm saying that's what they are saying.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. You just don't understand then. That's not what they're saying. First, you have to figure out if something counts for like an IHL analysis, and only one event counted for that. They don't analyze the entire thing as an armed conflict and then say that only one thing would like be okay. They analyze the vast majority of it, except for I think one discrete event. That's just a policing thing.
They analyze, they apply both analyses to all the events.
No, they don't. No, that wouldn't make sense. You can't apply both to all of it. That's not how that works. No, that's not true.
Yeah, you can legal documents all the time use hypotheticals. So they say, even if this is considered X, which we don't think it should be considered X, they don't, right?
Oh, well, can you point that out to me in the report?
Yeah, I'll find a quote before we end our conversation.
Okay, well, I read it, so I could. If you want me to, I can go and give you some, because I remember, because I just read this like 3 days ago, if that's what you want to me to do.
Okay. Let's go to the other. I'll find a quote. Let's go to our other example. So 9-1 civil. So that's ridiculously wrong. Stalingrad genocidal. Urban warfare was not 9-1 civilian to combatants kill ratio. I think you got that from John Spencer, who's a pretty big charlatan.
No, actually, I got that off of. I think that is incorrect, but the reason why I just trusted it implicitly is because it came off a UN press release site where they said that the casualty.
Okay, yeah, that's correct. It's a popular myth. I believe it would appear in that because it's a popular myth of military history. But like, it doesn't matter that you're wrong. I've made mistakes in this.
No. I don't make. I'm not making mistakes like you make mistakes, though.
That's a huge error, though.
You just accused me of believing a guy who's a hack, and then when I pointed out, no, I got this on a UN website, you said, oh yeah, well it came from. Oh well, then do you see how you just hold on? Do you admit that you just completely changed?
Why are you changing the subject?
No. Can you admit this, that you just completely changed how you felt about where that fact came from when I told you where it came from? You initially said I took it from John Spencer, a guy who's known to not be trustworthy.
I'm happy to take your word for it. Like, it's not relevant.
No, it is, but hold on. You started off by
accusing... I was wrong about where you got it.
Okay, yeah, I'm good. You can do LonerBox for the rest. You can do LonerBox for the rest. You're a joke. I don't think you have any like formal education background at all. I'm pretty sure, but yeah, you can take the LonerBox. Go for it.
Okay, so do you want to do a bet on that? Like, I'm a PhD student. I don't know why I keep saying I'm a PhD, but I'm a PhD student.
What was your thesis
I
on?
have a master's. My thesis is on the movement of Jewish migrants from and refugees from Nazi-occupied Europe and Nazi Germany before the war to the Arab world during the Second World War, and also to
that's a really long title. And I dropped out of high school, just to be clear.
Yeah, so you want to bet that I'm I mean, I don't know why you're obsessed with the credentialism, but like, I'll be happy to prove like it wouldn't be difficult. I mean, I could do it in 5 minutes. So are you going to say you're wrong, or do you want to bet like $5,000?
I just don't feel like you're right. If you're right, it's pretty sad, but yeah. But go ahead, okay. LonerBox.
Do you want me to jump in or not?
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, do you want to talk to me, History Speaks? Because last time you spoke to me, you just kind of used me as a proxy to fight your Destiny demons, but you can talk to me if you want.
Okay.
You want to talk to me? Hey, you want an easier target? I don't know anything.
No, because I would even say, because the way I understood the Great March of Return report was that the Human Rights report did say the Commission agreed with the government of Israel's assertion that the two legal paradigms set out previously, the IHRL-based law enforcement paradigm and the IHL-based conduct of hostilities paradigm, applied in parallel to the demonstration. So it seems to be like they did claim to be doing it on Israel's terms. They just got a wildly different result, which I think is quite easy to disagree with.
Yeah, sure. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry, real quick.
Okay,
Wait, can you mute him? Hold on, because my stream is listening. I want them to understand what's actually happening, okay? When Israel says that there are two events running in parallel, what they're saying is that there is an armed conflict happening in general between Hamas and Israel, and they're saying that there is an event that might be a policing event. These two events are running in parallel. Now, when the UN does their analysis of what's going on the ground, when they're opting for, you can basically analyze it as an IHL event or as a policing event. And for every single instance, except for one discrete event, they opt for the policing analysis. Now, what other people are saying, or Historyspeaks saying, what Historyspeaks is saying is that, well, no, they use both modes of analysis. No, they're choosing between both modes, and they opt for the policing one in every single circumstance except for one particular event. But they say under that event, this is probably like an armed conflict. We don't know if it's good or not under the armed conflict analysis because we're not doing an armed conflict analysis here. We're doing a policing analysis on everything else. That's my understanding.
Wait, but didn't they say that under IHL only one person may be considered DPH, and it was the guy who was firing a gun?
Yes,
so
but
if the guy firing a gun is maybe, no one else is going to be.
That's my whole point, and I'm right.
But the issue is what you consider it to be. So the question would be: is if you consider it to be an invasion, like if this is like a form of like breaching the barrier, and that's an armed conflict.
Oh, that's not
now, for instance, hold on. Now,
what I'm saying, both analysis.
I need to. This guy's retarded. What I'm saying is that, like, in a policing event, if a guy is setting a tire on fire, you can't shoot that guy. That's you're the police. You have to arrest him. You can't just shoot him. But if it's a military operation and it's on conflict, you can very easily make the argument that that civilian is now a militant because he's directly participating in hostilities to confer a concrete advantage to the advancing military on your border, and you could shoot and kill him.
Okay.
So if you analyze it as an armed conflict thing, you can shoot and kill people setting tires on fire. But if it's a policing event, every single one of those shots is not okay.
Yeah. I'll argue with that. I'll argue with you on that in a minute.
Okay, sure. Okay.
Speaks. Why did I call that 15-year-old a militant? On Twitter, you said that I was being a fucking sick piece of shit for calling that guy a militant. Yeah. Why?
I wanted to specifically talk about Destiny making huge factual errors, like saying 90% of people killed in war.
You tweeted me and you tagged me in it. Why did I say that 15-year-old was a militant?
Because they attacked the fence.
No, why did I say no? Like you saw that in a 30-second
clip.
The
tire or something.
You saw a 30-second clip.
I don't remember the details.
With my Obsidian notes in there. You were confident enough to tweet about it and tag me in it and let people fucking spread it around like I'm okay with killing kids who like punch at a fence.
You're justifying massacre.
Why did I say he was a militant? Why is my
you
opinion
remind
that
me
he's
of
a
the
militant?
facts of this. I've been focused on 85 other things since 3 weeks ago.
Again, you went at me for it. You've used that clip. If you don't know, just say you don't know, so I can tell you why.
I don't remember something I wrote. I mean, like, you have not been on my mind particularly. Yeah, you did justify killing a kid who attacked the fence.
That's the question. Why did I say he was a militant? Do you see how you do the same thing?
Why
it's
did
like pulling fucking teeth to get you to admit that you made a mistake.
Wait, hold on. Doing the same thing. Excuse me, bitch.
So okay. Destiny cannot admit that he was wildly wrong about the percentage of civilians killed in war, which is just
an example.
I don't even know about wildly wrong on that, by the way. I just don't know the actual number.
Okay, so set an example. Why did I say the 15-year-old was a militant? Do you know or not?
I don't remember this from 3 weeks. I believe you said it was because she was attacking the fence or something.
It's because he was claimed by the Al-Quds Brigades. He was a member of the Al-Quds Brigades, PIJ.
No.
This isn't.
No.
There's a fucking photograph of him in the uniform in the clip that you used.
I wouldn't have said that if this person was claimed by a brigade on the website. And if they were, this is not an accurate representation of what I said.
This is not what you said. That I was accusing him of being a militant for what? Just being 15 and attacking a fence.
We're justifying.
Holy shit!
What specific tweet are you talking about? Like, flag the tweet.
You want me to find the tweet right now? Are you trying to divert from the fact that you said being 15 and attacking a fence doesn't make you a militant?
I don't remember this particular thing. I remember Destiny justifying killing a 14-year-old, like an 8th grade girl who attacked the fence. Yeah, I remember that discreetly. I don't remember this tweet about you.
Again, I called.
I literally do not remember writing a tweet
I
about
called him a militant because he was in the Al-Quds
What is it? I don't remember this. I literally don't remember. Maybe I did. I literally do not remember tweeting this.
Okay, maybe you did.
Please provide the tweet.
Okay,
maybe I didn't.
No, I was saying what you
I
said.
remember tweeting about Destiny justifying killing a 14-year-old girl with that defense. I remember that. I do not remember hearing it, which is insane. But look, my problem is I think both you guys are dishonest. You don't admit when you make, at least, I don't know about you, LonerBox, because I haven't followed you that much, but Destiny makes huge mistakes, cooks rockets, 9-to-1 ratio and more, and doesn't admit it. And even today, he said they can bomb the refugee camp. They did.
They did.
After the Great March of Return, you said you misstated the number of injuries, never correct it. You just say falsehoods and don't correct it, which is why you were dishonest.
Based.
And it's a really simple argument.
Based and PhD pilled.
Okay, one other point I want to make about the war, guys. So you don't believe that, you clearly don't believe the report about Where's Daddy, where they're bombing to death whole families, or they did at least in the early months of the war, to kill a single Hamas fighter, which would obviously be either crime against humanity or at least huge violation of proportionality. What do you make of the fact, so like there was a commission that I believe the Biden administration commissioned to prepare their report where they said it's likely, very watered down language, but they said it's likely Israel was committing war crimes, that believed this story from 972 magazine because they found in the first month of the war, the majority of the 11,000 fatalities, a really insane amount of fatalities for 1 month of war, like on pace to kill 7% of the population a year. You guys justify that, that's great. But the majority of the fatalities came from 825 families. Doesn't that seem to provide, as these experts said, corroboration for the Where's Daddy program, that they're bombing to death whole families, and that's to kill a single junior militant, and that's why there's the majority of deaths from 825 families.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Just don't care. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. True. I do agree with that.
And when you guys are exposed for having justified crimes against humanity, we're not talking about genocide, talking about crimes against humanity, massacre, what the ICC is saying, that'll be funny. I mean, like these aren't fringe people saying this. You guys just can't think for yourselves. You think Israel Western man good. You're not like looking, wait, they killed 11,000 people.
Stop. Let me ask you a question real quick. Have you ever seen the movie Harry Potter before?
I didn't watch the film. I read the books. I liked the books when I was younger.
You know, in the books where there's the train station where it's like, was it like train station?
Platform 9 3/4.
Platform 9 3/4. Are you familiar with that platform?
Yeah, I remember that.
I don't know if I want to do this or not, Steve.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to imagine that.
If you guys something witty, you gotta be quicker than this, by the way.
What's
so my mother is calling. 1 second. I'm talking right now. Give me like 3 minutes. I'm just talking to, and I'll be out with you guys. Okay?
Oh no.
Thanks. Yeah. Have fun. I'll catch up with you on the walk. Okay?
It's like me and
the problem with this guy is like a flailing chihuahua. He's so aggressive.
Like me and my imaginary friends. Oh yeah, I'll see you guys later.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead with your.
I'll catch you guys later. Yeah, let's have a good one.
What's your joke about hooking Harry Potter? Stay on the topic.
The what that?
What's your joke about Harry Potter?
It's not a joke about Harry Potter. It's a rhetorical question. Okay, I want you to imagine. Okay, if
he's doing Dogwarts.
Are you familiar with Dogwarts, Mr. History?
I'm not familiar with that. No.
Really?
Dogwarts.
Okay.
Lycan, you got another jet?
Lycan, are you gonna cut us off right here?
No, I've got the tweet up. Let's continue, LonerBox.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I was just gonna ask for another drink if that's all right.
Yeah, sure. I got you, buddy. Fine, Dan. Do your meme.
Well, now I don't want to because it's going to be about. I feel like it's just going to get me in trouble actually. At the end of the day. So look, let me be serious with you.
Yeah.
So you hate Steven because you feel like he doesn't admit when he's wrong. Is that right?
Yeah.
So in the certain amount, you hold him to such a bastion of status that for him to make even the smallest mistake, it must be corrected on the record. But you understand that everyone that he's dealing with, never mind the fact of correcting things that they say that are wrong, just constantly are saying things that are incorrect.
Wait, hold on. Just to be clear for the stream, I do correct myself when I'm incorrect. I don't know what argument Dan is defending. I would never defend the idea that you shouldn't correct yourself when you're incorrect. I do correct myself when I'm not correct.
Mr. History, what do you think he hasn't corrected
his issue isn't that his issue isn't about correcting things. His issue is that he doesn't understand any of the material that he's talking about. Like,
we can do ad hom or whatever, but
how is that an ad hom? I said you don't have an understanding of the material that you're talking about.
Hey, sure, because it's not specific and doesn't mean anything.
No, hold on. I'm sorry. Do you want me to use examples? We could do.
Let's not change the subject.
But stay focused.
I'm not changing the subject. You accused me of being of ad homing, and I'm not ad homing. I'm directly calling into question your knowledge of the matter because you say random things and you don't seem to have an understanding of what you're talking about.
I'll give specific examples, and you can tell me. How about I give specific examples? You can tell me whether you're right, whether you corrected it, or whether you're wrong. and didn't correct it. Okay.
Well, we
So
already went through
90% of
two where you seem
civilians
to not
killed in
understand
war-
anything that's being spoken about. So
90% of civilians killed in war are 90% of people.
yeah,
killed in
we've
war are
already talked
civilians.
about this
That's
on my
true?
stream. Yes, we've already gone through this.
No, so you were wrong. Okay, you were wrong about that. Okay,
Yeah,
you
the
did.
UN
That's
shouldn't
fine.
have published
Glad you
that on their
admit
website. Yeah. Well, I think, or at least, I don't
It's a
think that figure is
popular
justified. I don't know what the actual ratio is, though. Do you know what the actual ratio is?
it. Popular myth.
What is the
It's
actual
popular
ratio?
myth. The literal ratio, I don't like. No, I don't know the literal
Oh, he doesn't,
actual
he doesn't even
ratio. That would
fucking
be
know.
interesting.
Jesus Christ. Okay, what's the
God,
next
are
thing?
you- is this is so?
He doesn't have to know.
So are
for
you
the 9/11 to be
seriously?
wrong.
So are you?
Yeah, but he thought I got it from an
Is
area
that
that I
a
didn't even get it
serious
from.
claim?
Oh, okay.
But how does he even know that's
Because I
incorrect
don't
then?
know
He
it's
has no
9 to
idea.
1.
What is the actual
No.
ratio?
So
I mean, the 9 to
let
1
me
is wrong
make-
because
let
they
me
included like
clarify what
fucking
you're saying.
displaced people as casualties, right? Like, yeah, they brought in the definite, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only way you can get a figure like this, and then it would be like a bazillion to one in Gaza, like because they're all displaced. And it's obviously ridiculous. So the reason I know it's wrong is because Adam Roberts, one of the most eminent political scientists in the world, did this analysis debunking the myth. He found that there's no wars since World War II with 9 to 1, except a few wars, all of which are genocidal, except one which is arguably genocidal. So that's how I know. You don't have to literally know the number to know it's way below 9 to 1. Also, it's common if you read about history, if you have like a means of comparison, which you don't, you just make things up. You don't have any means of comparison for saying Israel's so moral or it's normal Western. Like, it's just 9 to 1 is insanely uncommon. Again, Stalingrad, Leningrad, genocidal, urban warfare, World War II were way below.
Why are you saying
9 to 1. So, yeah, that's
genocidal?
how I know.
Wait, what unique definition are you using for genocide?
No, the point is that 9 to 1 is insane because even a genocidal urban battle, like Stalingrad or Leningrad, is well below it.
What
That's
do
the
you mean
point.
when you say genocidal there? What does that mean to you?
Because the Nazis had a genocidal program, these ethnic Russians who they regard as subhuman.
Okay.
They starved people in Leningrad. So the point is, it's way below that even in this insane situation. So obviously 9 to 1 you should question, and Roberts debunks it. So you were wrong about that. You should correct it. The other thing is today you just tweeted out, despite people correcting you in replies, that they didn't bomb the refugee camp. They did. They did bomb the refugee camp, and they lied about it. They were misleading about it.
I don't think there's been any evidence shown that they did. The evidence shown is that they bombed the camp, the tent or
Internally,
whatever.
are you going to play semantics? Really, internally displaced persons camp is what they bombed, so that doesn't count. Is that the
No, hold
argument?
on. I didn't even finish my statement. They didn't bomb a camp. They bombed 2 people, and then there were munitions next to them that exploded, and that's what set the camp on fire. That's what their claim is.
The New York Times said that they bombed sheds inside a camp for internally displaced people, and many tents were.
That's not what any of the video stuff says. Right now, what it seems like is
The New York Times is wrong. Destiny's right. All right, let's move on.
Wait,
Let's
hold on,
move
wait.
You just went
PhD
off
history guy, you're going to cite the New York Times as an authoritative source, as a primary witness to the bombing? Is that what you're doing right now?
The witnesses say that they bombed the camp.
Okay,
too.
then let's
You're talking
talk.
about the testimonial.
The witnesses say they bombed it. We're not going to go by any of the video evidence released. We're just going to go by what the witnesses said. Which ones? The IDF people or the Palestinian people?
You don't think they bombed it? Let's move on. I think.
Well, no. You wanted to do one thing at a time. What's the New York Times article that you're citing?
I don't want to hear your amateur video analysis.
All right. I'm done. I'm good.
CNN, Washington Post, they all say it. Okay. I'm going to ask LonerBox, because LonerBox I think is bad faith too, because he wants to work with you, but I think he has some knowledge that you don't.
Okay.
Does the raw figure of 11,000 people killed in the first month of the war, which again, if you fill it out for a year, that would equate to killing 7% of the population of Gaza. Assuming that's correct.
Wait, 11,000 people is 7%?
If you were to extrapolate out that same fatality rate for 12 months.
Oh, for 12 months. Okay.
No, it's much lower now. It's much lower now. Guys, I'm not playing some dumb game. I am talking about the first month of the war's conduct, which is obviously different than that. I'm not. They are not killing as many people as they were in October. But doesn't this, and then also the point I made, which the expert commission that was assisting the State Department preparing their which they found that this is evidence for the Where's Daddy program, that so many of these come from 825 felonies. Isn't that a disturbing amount of killing in just 1 month of warfare? It seems like likely to be war crimes.
It might be. I'm not familiar with the report you're talking about, so you can send it to me. I can have a look and tell you when I come to the end of it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Anything else?
You have any questions for me? Sorry, Mr. Speaks. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah. I don't know. I think I've. Oh, the other thing is, Destiny. Like there was also a misleading thing. So it's totally legitimate to cite that Gaza people weren't starving. It isn't before the war. It's not a concentration camp. But to just cite the Coleman Hughes stuff and not to cite that, okay, it's one of the poorest, lowest opportunity places in the world, 1/3 the GDP per capita of Egypt, one of the poor Arab countries, 1/4 West Bank, would have the literally highest unemployment rate in the world if it were an independent country, has a higher national, not PPP adjusted definitely, but higher national poverty rate than Yemen. But it's flooded with aid so people weren't starving. Isn't it misleading to just meme the Coleman Hughes stuff and not to give the whole picture?
I give the whole picture when I talk about it. That's a response to Finkelstein saying it's a concentration camp.
I've seen you before where you don't. You're like,
okay, no, you haven't. Link me the VOD.
Regardless.
Link me the VOD, yeah.
Okay.
You haven't.
I'll have to look it up, but okay.
I know you will.
The other thing is,
yeah.
Okay, so you give the whole thing. If you do it now, that's good, though. That's what I care about.
I did before.
Last thing. Okay, so for starvation, I don't know if you've actually said this, so maybe I'll ask you, because I'm not 100% sure if you've said this. Like, I don't understand why. So, according to the Ministry of Health, people haven't starved to death. Like, have you made the claim? Actually, I really don't remember this, so I should.
My understanding is, according to the Ministry of Health, I believe either 27 or 34 people. I think 34 might have starved to death, and then some. There was some child report that said 27 died of either starvation or starvation-related illness. I think those are the numbers I remember.
Yeah. Have you done the meme that haha the U.S. has more because starvation deaths than Gaza?
No, I don't think people die of like just straight starvation in the U.S.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to interrupt real quick because I got a breaking update for right here. We're looking at a tweet from a guy named History_Speaks. You familiar with this guy? Okay, I think you are.
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There's 2 underscores. I guess the first underscore was taken. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to press play on this real quick. We're going to watch this. This is a clip. This is a clip from you, History__Speaks.
ISF soldiers shot 15-year-old Ahmed al-Sher in the back of his head with live ammunition. He was throwing tires at this time. The commission did not pose an immediate threat of death or serious injury when he was shot. They tell you this, that he was 15, that he got shot. What they don't tell you, and what they don't tell you for quite a few of these biographies, is that he was a militant who was attacking the border fence. I think this guy was actually kind of impressive. This guy was in a wheelchair when he was approaching the border fence.
Okay, so in response to this clip, what you said was, these are absurd people. They don't realize how ridiculous they sound. LonerBox, actually you called him Box Loner for some reason, attacking the border fence doesn't make a 15-year-old a militant, and therefore fair game to be killed under the IHL. I don't know what the International Hockey League has to deal with this, but I'll let you guys continue. How do you feel about that tweet that was made at you, LonerBox? Did it make you sad when you read it?
Yeah, I was really sad.
Okay.
Because there's a picture of him and the Obsidian note showing that I called him a militant because he was in Al-Quds brigades. That's why I called him a militant, not because...
Okay, so somebody may have sent me an out-of-context
okay,
clip,
but you're complaining here about...
No, not may have. They did, and you believed it.
Yeah,
it's okay, though. I don't even fucking mind. It's just like...
If I did that, then I'm wrong. I'm sorry about that. So Destiny's position was definitely, which I remember clearly, that the 14-year-old 8th grade girl who attacked the fence can be murdered. So that was Destiny's
conversation
position.
I have with you turns into let's talk about Destiny.
He's just
no. But
sexy.
if this is let me make a point.
Wait,
if this is misrepresenting,
okay. Wait, can I just ask a question?
Let me make a point because
Can I just ask a question so I can see what's going on?
Yeah, let him talk first.
There's a little bit of a delay. You gotta. When there's a delay, you have to keep talking for 2 seconds.
If this is, I didn't remember this because it was such a quick tweet because I just listened to this clip. Like the Destiny one, I thought of that. That's why I didn't mention this. If this is actually, I'll look into this, and if this is inaccurate, I'll delete it and I'll apologize. I'll say that.
Okay, well, to be clear, the context is in the clip. It's not if I did that.
Can I just ask a question? Do you think that if a 15-year-old is taking part in like direct hostilities, is that 15-year-old targetable?
It's tautology. Of course they're targetable. That's the law of armed conflict. If they are directly participating in hostilities, they are targetable.
Okay, if you're trying to attack...
thing the other day...
Yeah, okay, I don't need to have. I'm asking, if there's a military operation to like break down a border and invade a country...
I don't agree with that.
Wait, I'm asking you, if there is a military operation to break down a border fence and invade a country, and a person was involved in that, even if they were 15 years old, wouldn't that make them targetable?
If this were October 7th...
I didn't say that. Hold on, why can't you just answer that question? We haven't even moved on to any of that.
I don't... It's a misleading, dishonest set.
You just told me that you can use parallel analysis as a hypothetical in a UN report, but you can't consider whether or not a 15-year-old is taking part in taking down a border fence during an invasion would that person be targeted.
He was about to say, if this was October 7th.
Yeah.
That's
wait, how do you know it's October 7th? It's October 8th.
Whoa. I just wanted to ask you to finish the sentence.
Sorry.
If it's October 7th.
Fuck, sorry. He's not going to now.
Yeah, if it's October 7th, sadly, that would be militant activity. I mean, I'm not as cavalier as you guys with this, but yeah, under the laws of armed conflict, it would be very dubious to claim that's a war crime if this is October 7th.
How do you know the difference between somebody cutting open the fence on October 7th versus
thousands of people? Because on October 7th, there's thousands of people armed for war invading.
Firstly, I don't believe there were. I haven't seen videos. Are there thousands of people standing at that fence ready to come in? Were there thousands?
There were motorbikes.
There was invasion.
I think the biggest video I saw was maybe 20 or 30. I'm sure there were more than that, but thousands?
And
How many do you think were
already-
there during the Great? Hold on. Wait. I just want to ask a question. Do you think there were more people there during?
You don't even realize how dishonest you are.
He's not
It's
even-
a bizarre phenomenon.
I'm just asking. Do you think there were more people?
He's
not. Okay. All right. This is I like talking to this guy. Oh yeah, you can do it. Go ahead.
So you're saying on October 7th, obviously, because once they broke the fence, there were at least a few thousand people or 1,000 plus people who were ready to go in with like fucking RPGs and guns and shit, right? In full military gear, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
activity that would, let me finish the point. Can I respond really quick? Just one sentence. Activity that would be considered not benign, but like you'd be crazy to kill someone in the context of a military invasion that you're assisting would be viewed differently, as I understand the law of armed conflict.
So legally, do you have
sadly,
to
I'm not saying you should do it morally, but legally, if you're trying to break down the fence on October 7th, my very strong assumption is that would not be considered a war crime, or you wouldn't be prosecuted for that.
So legally, though, do you need to be armed heavily or even armed at all to be DPH?
No, but that wasn't my premise.
No, but I'm asking you.
It's part of the. No, not theoretically, no.
Yeah, theoretically, no. So you're the IDF, and there's a fence getting attacked by hundreds or even like of people, maybe even thousands, and then behind them are like tens of thousands of people, and you don't know what they're going to do. Why is the fence? Does the fence just stop being a military objective, or?
Look, to assess whether someone is participating.
He's not even. He doesn't answer anything, dude. This is so boring. There's a reason why I don't talk to this guy except on your stream to go blow him up one time because he's retarded.
All right, I'm gonna go, guys. I just think this is bad faith.
Okay,
Bye.
no, you are. You're literally retarded. But good luck. I would recommend highly whatever university you got the degree from. Please, God, get your money back because it was a waste for you. Good luck with whatever special education assistance you get for the rest of your life, and we're cheering you on, my buddy.
Real quick, what's your favorite game?
Any game where every word is less than 6 letters long, I guess.
What did he say?
He left.
He left? I wanted to know what his favorite game was. Wow. I was going to ask him if there's anything else.
Wow. Anything else?
Yeah. No, apparently there was a lot else. Holy fucking jumping Jesus.
You wanted to bring him in.
I was about to have an interesting conversation, and you just fucking...
There is no, he can't, you won't answer any question. He doesn't. He just dances around all day. He's like the actual, and he does the thing that all the lefties do. I almost think he's a troll. Like he hangs up and he's like laughing. He's like, oh my God. Where he's like, oh, you won't answer any questions. You're bad faith. But he won't even engage like hypothetically with anything. I hate him.
Wow.
You can always talk to him on your stream though.
Yeah, I will do. When we're not being rudely interrupted by the... I'm sorry.
By me?
No.
Oh. By what?
By Steven.
Oh, right.
I'm getting big mad.
He didn't really have a lot of questions for me, which was very strange. I figured that he would be super interested in
your hot takes?
Or just my opinions on everything.
Stock analysis.
I'm very well read on this subject, actually.
Can't
Ask me 10 questions right now about Israel.
10 questions?
10 questions. Just general trivia.
Which country is... Where's Nazareth?
That's where Jesus came from.
No, that's not where it is, you fucking idiot. Where is Nazareth?
In Israel.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
All right. Yeah. Next.
Where's Bethlehem?
Also in Israel.
No, it's not. It's in the West Bank.
Okay. That's Israel. That's Israel.
Shut the fuck up.
The West Bank is inside Israel.
It's in Judea and Samaria. Yeah, well done.
Okay. All right. Next.
You've already lost. Why?
That's not true.
10 questions. You got
it's in Greater Israel. It's in Greater Israel. You know about Greater Israel, right?
Yeah, I know. We spoke about this last time.
All right. Okay.
And you were wrong that time too.
That's fine. You don't have 10 questions for me. I thought you were an expert.
Okay, wait, real quick. Wait, do you disagree with anything I said there?
What, you?
Yeah, to the guy about the parallel IHL whatever thing.
Yeah, my understanding is that they said that only one person would have even been considerable for IHL because that was the guy shooting the gun. So it means that would suggest that everyone else is not even maybe.
Yes. So
which
IHL,
is bad analysis, but it is them saying they did it, yeah.
So IHL and policing are two ways that you can analyze it. Yeah. But in order for it to become an armed conflict, there's some criteria that has to be met. And what they're saying is the criteria was only met for one of those instances. Not that if they would have analyzed the whole thing under IHL, only one would have qualified, but that they only analyzed one under IHL. That's what they're saying.
So you think that had they said we're going to analyze this whole event as a potential IHL rather than looking at each individual,
most of those deaths would have been okay. Yes.
No, but even if they'd applied it accurately, then even by individuals, they would have been fair game under IHL because they were attacking the fence, and the fence.
But I don't think they didn't consider that.
Yeah,
I want to read this. We're going to be boring for a second. I'm sorry. I just want to read this, okay? So IHL-based conduct of hostilities paradigm. So as mentioned, the IHL-based conduct, also, maybe I am misunderstanding this, you can tell me. As mentioned, the IHL-based conduct of hostilities paradigm was also potentially applicable in parallel to the law enforcement paradigm, to the extent that the threshold of violence necessary for being considered active hostilities was met during the demonstrations. Under the conduct of hostilities paradigm, lethal force may only be used against an individual who is directly participating in hostilities so long as the targeting complied with the principles of distinction, proportionality, and precautions in attack. Direct participation in hostilities. The Israeli Supreme Court noted that some of the demonstrators can be classified as direct participants in the armed conflict that exists between Israel and the Hamas. This is certainly the case with respect to the terrorists and the armed persons among them. Two close categories that also includes both members of the terrorist organizations who disguise themselves as demonstrators and also participants in the protest who agree to serve as human shields for the terrorists hiding behind them. There's only 2 more paragraphs, okay? Following this quote, the court set out the ICRC's 3-element test for direct participation in hostilities, as the commission has done above. The court did not, however, undertake an application of the test to the facts, a step that was presumably justifiable in light of the undeveloped factual record. The commission observes 2 points. First, that directly participating in the armed conflict, court's language, is not synonymous with directly participating in hostilities, the latter reflecting the more concrete activity-based requirement for the DPH threshold. Second, using the label terrorist suggests that the DPH can be status-based, which it is not, nor does being associated with or affiliated to a terrorist group qualify as DPH without more. Being an armed person, court's language, is also insufficient for DPH. Civilian police at a demonstration, for example, will regularly be armed, and even a private person might lawfully carry a weapon. Neither of these alone amounts to direct participation in hostilities. Rather, as the ICRC's interpretive guidance makes clear, the person's conduct must harm in sufficient measure the military operations or capacity of the opposing force, or inflict death, injury, or destruction on protected persons or objects, and the conduct must be specifically designed to cause the harm in support of a party to the conflict and to the detriment of another. And the last paragraph. As noted, the commission found one instance where this threshold was arguably met on the 14th of May in North Gaza. There may have been other instances, some of which were outside the context of the Great March of Return and not investigated by the commission. In most cases, however, the IDF applied lethal force against individual protesters in circumstances where, in the view of the commission, these thresholds were not met, meaning that when the threshold isn't met, the IHL analysis is not being undertaken. Unarmed civilian protesters, even if violent and undertaking acts of vandalism, meaning cutting the fence, cannot be said to inflict sufficient harm on military operations or military capacity, or said to inflict that harm in support of a party to the conflict. The commission also notes that the 4,903 people among the 6,106 people who were shot were hit in the lower limbs, an indication, as per the rules of engagement, that the IDF considered them key insiders rather than civilians directly participating in hostilities. So they didn't consider, so when they say acts of vandalism, they don't consider that in comporting with helping Hamas do a military objective, so they see all of those as policing things, so they don't use the IHL.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that they're claiming to be following this, right? ICRC's interpretive guidance.
Yes.
So they're claiming to say that even if you go by IHL, none of this counts as hostilities, even though if you read this interpretive guidance, they would actually suggest.
Oh, sure. That's the way you're saying. I think I'm going to agree. Yeah. But if they did agree with it and the IHL analysis applied, then all of this would change substantially. It wouldn't be vandalism. It would be a military operation.
So what I'm saying is that they did actually apply IHL by their own understanding.
Well, no. They checked if IHL applied. Not they applied IHL. They checked if it applied. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But their version of IHL is basically like if you're a pacifist. It's like not real. It's not actually in.
Maybe you could say that. Sure.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay. So I'm saying they claimed to be saying that they considered IHL.
But the threshold wasn't met, so they didn't do the IHL analysis for any more than one situation. They only looked at the threshold for that analysis.
Yeah, but obviously even their understanding of the threshold doesn't make sense, because by their threshold, it's like maybe if you fire a gun, you're DPH.
Well, no, not even here. If you fired a gun, it wouldn't be DPH, because they're looking for something way more hardcore for participation.
Their one maybe was fire a gun. That's it.
Maybe, yeah, okay. Yeah. All right, there you go. That's what you wanted, Dan.
That is not.
That's what you wanted. You wanted to bring this guy on?
I didn't know it was going to turn into that.
What did you think he was? His name is Historyspeaks, and he's known for criticizing our Israel-Palestine stuff.
I don't know. I thought we could maybe have fun with him, but you went autistic at him with like every shit. You're supposed to just call him a retard and ask him about fucking dog warts and how many dogs he'd fuck to save a child. And instead, we're here.
How many dogs he would save a child?
Yeah.
How many children would you save a dog?
None.
Wow. Every dog on the planet, you had a child to save every single dog.
Every single dog.
Oh my God.
Even for like an ugly kid. All right. Anything else? LonerBox?
Yeah. What else do you want to talk about? You want to talk about the Golan Heights?
Harry Potter's fucking shit.
Say there's nothing. You don't know.
What do you mean
about
Harry Potter's
Hogwarts.
shit?
It's entertaining, but like as a story, it's just kind of stupid. Like Voldemort's not a good bad guy, is he?
He is.
Why?
He's the bad
He's literally
guy.
like fucking Hitler for
What is?
wizards.
Wait, sorry. What is Hitler?
He wants to
doesn't
Holocaust
wanna-
all the mudbloods.
Yeah. He
doesn't wanna-
Excuse my language.
I'm sorry. Wait, what's fucking Voldemort's goal?
To kill
you
all
read the
none. He
fucking-
wants to maintain purity in the wizarding world. He doesn't think muggles are worthy of knowing magic.
All
do you think-
Voldemort. Okay, I'm talking about the films. Okay, because my memory of the books is shit.
Oh my God.
All he's doing in the fucking films is going to his old school to fight with kids,
Do you think that?
and he fails.
That's not what he's doing. Have you read the fucking book?
He just said he was going by the films.
It doesn't matter. The films are the same thing. He's going back to kill the one fucking person that is the crux of him being able to not fully return to
Yeah,
power.
and it's a kid.
It's a kid because
He's a
of
fucking-
magic.
he's a-
Because he has a fucking what?
He's a fucking school shooter who fails.
No, that is
That
a
is
dumb
kinda
Reddit
true.
take, you asshole.
Hey,
Oh,
so
I'm going to go to my old school and fight with the children.
It's not just a school, okay?
But there's this one child I just can't seem to get the better of.
he is kind
I've
of
been
a
fighting him since he was a baby.
Hitler character, hasn't he?
I tried in his first year.
Why
I
didn't you
defeated
just-
my accomplice by touching his face.
I don't
Maybe
know.
I'll get him when he's 12 years old.
Okay.
Don't
Yeah,
you
Voldemort's
have like a
fucking
whole
shit.
category? How are you criticizing anything? Aren't like Scottish and English fucking folk tales? Like one day this
And
guy
after he
came and
defeated my massive
talked to a fucking
snake.
child, and then he like had snakes come out of his fucking head, and now he killed the whole family. All of your like child's tales are only palatable to children because America made them better. Okay, your whole history of like telling stories is beyond fucked. It doesn't even make sense. Remotely.
Do you think
I'm
that?
shitting on a fucking Scottish author's
Do you think
take
that
on...
J.K. Rowling knew what she was doing when she made the goblins have very Jewish features?
No, because they've been like that for years before she fucking did it.
Yes,
Wow, that's
they exist in
weird.
folklore. Yes.
That's weird. LonerBox, you sounded a lot like in there
Because
when I asked you that question.
British folklore is anti-Semitic, unfortunately. Yeah, we purged the Jews like 3 times.
Why?
And no one knows or cares about.
They didn't like Harry Potter.
Edward the First hammered the Scots. He hammered the Jews. He kicked them out. He borrowed a bunch of fucking money from them so he could fight the Scots.
Yeah, you already told the story.
Yeah.
Ooh, roll LonerBox story
Roll
2.
LonerBox, yeah. Fucking
You like
clip
that?
number
That's good.
1.
You like calling him out on that, didn't you?
Yeah. You like telling the same story twice, don't you?
Yeah.
You're a big fucking...
Well, you clearly fucking forgot because you asked me about why we purged the Jews.
I already knew that. I was
Ooh.
asking for another answer.
I don't know, some bullshit.
I think the issue is that the king was starting a company and he already had 499 Jews that he'd loaned stock to.
Fucking
And he didn't want to
Balfour.
have to.
There we go.
Before Balfour became a Jew lover, he was a Jew hater. He voted against letting Jewish refugees come in from the fucking pogroms.
How do you feel about
1905.
that?
The Aliens Act, it was called.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy who made State of Israel invented Israel.
How does it
10 years
how does it
earlier.
make both of you guys feel that no matter how much you guys advocate for Israel or try to study, you're never going to be as fucking Jewish as I am? You
You
guys
just
are
get
both-
into the religion and be as Jewish as anybody
You
else.
can never be as Jewish
Doesn't
as I am.
matter.
You know why?
Why?
Because you'll never be as poggers as I am. You can't
Oh my God.
learn this. You got to be born into it.
Yeah.
You know? That's why they hate us. They hate us because they ain't us. And then they got you guys trying to come in here, trying to steal some of our stees. It ain't going to work like that. Now, I'll put in a good word for you, but there's going to be a label. It's going to say convert right on your forehead. All
I
right?
was married Jewish woman. Boom.
We're still going to know. We'll look at that
That's okay.
small nose and assume a small penis.
My nose is big enough. I'll be okay. I'll get a nose extension.
All right. Well, how do you feel about that? Are you also willing to adjust your nose?
I'm still hung up on Voldemort.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Maybe I'll defeat this 12-year-old if I set a 50-foot snake on him.
Man, now I know why people don't like your Israel Palestine takes, because you are so reductionist that you think that it's just about fighting a 12-year-old.
Maybe I'll get him when he's 13.
Oh, okay.
He
Time to
has to
check the
come back
wiki
because he
on
keeps getting defeated.
Scottish mythology. Oh boy.
Or maybe when he's 14, I'll get him at his sports games. He's such a fucking loser, man.
We can go viral. I can do more slurs if you want.
Yeah, what do you want to do?
Slurs and pedophilia jokes.
Let's stick with the slurs for now.
Okay.
Give us a good one. Actually, no.
No,
do
I'm
an accent.
not doing it right now.
Do an
no.
accent.
No, I'm good.
I'll do a Vietnamese accent. You do a Chinese accent.
I'm going to do a Nebraskan accent.
Okay.
Hey, what's up? My name's Steven. I'm from Nebraska.
You're such a pussy.
Yep.
I already did my Vietnamese
Anything
accent.
else? I want to go. I'm hungry. I want to leave an hour and a half ago.
Then do an accent, and then we can go. What's the
Oi,
accent you
mate,
wanna
I'm a Dan wearing.
put Australian.
Oi,
Best Australian accent you
oi,
can do.
crikey.
Imagine your life is on the line.
Oi, crikey, mate. Oi.
That's really it.
Hi. Why the fuck isn't that door locked, Lycan? That could have been an invader, an intruder.
She has the fucking code.
I know fucking
I didn't hear the code go on.
I didn't hear no code go on
I didn't hear
either.
no fucking code.
Did you unlock that door?
Hey,
guys being bad at hearing.
no one can hear you. I don't know why you're talking. They can't hear you in the mic. Speaking to a mic. You need
All right, LonerBox, before we go, one Australian accent from you.
Oh my god.
No.
Compete with me. Do it.
Wait, no, LonerBox, we do a normal Scottish accent.
No.
What the fuck is a normal Scottish accent?
Not
You
your
just did it.
accent.
Oh, good job. Yeah.
Our fucking dialects change if you
All
go
right,
half
come on,
an hour down the
stop.
road, mate.
Listen, Australian accent, then you can leave. You can't do it until you do it. The best that you can muster. It can be stereotypical.
Oh my god.
Fuck, no.
Come on.
Good.
You're such a pussy.
All right, we'll see you guys.
What are you afraid the Australians are going to be like,
Patreon.com.
oh, he's taking all culture,
Patreon.com/anything else. Go ahead and subscribe for secret episodes. We did a secret episode last time with LonerBox, and it was fucking horrible. Dan had us debate Israel-Palestine for 2 hours.
I did.
And it was miserable the entire fucking time. So
All right.
check that out. And then,
If you're watching this on YouTube,
Yeah.
there's another 3 hours of content that you're not seeing here on this supercut because this one went really long.
It was an excruciating 3 hours.
Yeah, so go to patreon.com/anything else.
Yeah.
And LonerBox is a pussy who won't do an Australian accent.
True, and me neither. But Dan is the king of the pussies
I
because
am.
he's seen so many of them on his pornographic websites.
Over 1 million.
Good job, guys.
All
We'll
right.
catch you guys
Until next time.
hopefully 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks from now, or I'm dead.
Or
Bye.
1 week.
I'm
Over
broadcasting from heaven
video. Yeah.
or hell.
Or
Bye.
I'll just do it.